Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. My name is Steven and you are watching From Soul to Crown. Thank you so much for joining me today and I hope you're having a blessed day. Now in yesterday's video, I mentioned that when I learned about the decalcification of the pineal gland and you start taking all of these supplements and eventually you start to have these very vivid thoughts, your clarity is increased, you have this increased mental clarity, mental acuity, you start to experience these really weird synchronicities that I have been experiencing since February. And I've actually shared a lot of them with family members. I've shared them with my wife. I've shared them with my brother and my sister-in-law. And just the reactions that I got from them were really off the wall. I remember I shared a few, actually more than a few, about a dozen of them with my brother and my sister-in-law. And they said, you better go and research, what was it? Early onset dementia or something like that, or schizophrenia. And I said, I can assure you these are things that are actually happening to me. I am not demented in any way. I'm not schizophrenic in any way. No disrespect to those who are, but I just know that these are things that I'm actually experiencing. These are things that I'm witnessing. And I wanted to use this medium and this platform as a way of sharing my experiences with other people. And so first things first, what's a synchronicity? A lot of people are inclined to say that a synchronicity is communication from the universe. It is a way that the universe decides to communicate with you in the sense that there's a really big coincidence that happens, but there is this sort of divine reason as to why it's happening. I have personally found that a lot of these messages, if you will, from the universe, they don't really have a hidden or a profound meaning to them. It's just a really strong coincidence that happens that I find to be pretty cool. And as of late, I found that these coincidences or synchronicities have been happening to me almost every single day. And when they started happening, I know I mentioned this in my video from yesterday, I actually started to write them down in my phone because I said to myself, if I don't write them down, I am going to forget them and I'm going to regret it. And I'm looking at that list in my phone now and I've had like almost 50 synchronicities. And I said, you know what? Am I just writing them down here for myself or am I going to share them with somebody? And thus I have decided to create this channel and I have decided to start shooting these videos. So I do want to start off with a synchronicity that I thought was quite profound. And I'm hoping that you also think it's equally profound. It's something that happened to me about a couple months ago. And I was hanging out in my backyard and I was just spending some time with my wife and my beautiful daughter. And we recently purchased this bicycle for her. So she was riding this bike and she was just having a fun time. It was a nice sunny day and we were just relaxing. And out of nowhere, she decides that she wants to play with her doll, which is really out of the ordinary because she's having so much fun with this bike that we recently purchased for her and I recently assembled for her. And I'm wondering, where did she get this sudden idea to play with this doll of hers? And by the way, one day my wife and I counted and she has like 49 dolls. But there is this one doll in specific that she wanted to play on this day, and she pretty much named all of them. Now, this one doll, her name is Annabelle. I know there's also a movie called Annabelle, and I think it's about a doll. That's not where it came from. That's actually her name from the packaging. So the package says Annabelle. And so we decided to just keep the same name. And so my daughter goes, I want to play with Annabelle. I want to play with Annabelle. So my wife says to me, okay, watch her as I go inside and get her doll. So my wife goes inside the house, she gets this doll, and she comes back outside and my daughter gets off her bike and she puts the baby doll on the bike. So she looks at me and she says, look, Daddy, Annabelle's on a bike. Annabelle's on a bike. So I look to her and I say, oh my God, sweetie, that's amazing. Oh, wow, look, she's riding the bike. She's riding the bike. Annabelle's on the bike. And I didn't think anything of it. We're just sitting in the backyard. We're having fun. We're chatting. We're laughing. And all of a sudden, I decide to go inside because it's right around noon. And that's when I have my meal. I eat one meal a day. I do intermittent fasting. And so I go inside and I pull up my phone and I open Uber Eats. So I decide to order from some restaurant nearby in the city where I live. And I order the food, put the phone down, totally forget about it. Well, about 20 minutes later, I get a notification from Uber Eats saying that my food is being picked up. And so I open up the app just to see what the estimated time of delivery is. And I notice that there was something really strange. If you've ever used Uber Eats, you know that it tells you who is picking up your food and what car they're driving. Well, I pull out my phone and I look at it and it says, Annabelle is on a bike. So the person picking up my food, her name is Annabelle, and she happened to be riding a bike. Now, in real life, she actually wasn't riding a bike. She was actually driving a car because, a lot of people on Uber Eats, for some reason, they lie and they say they're riding a bike, but they're actually driving a car. But on the phone, it said Annabelle is on a bike. And when I saw that, I was totally blown away. I was completely surprised. And I said, this is more than just a coincidence. This is a synchronicity, because coincidences of this magnitude have been happening to me every single day. And so I took a screenshot. And then later on that evening, when my wife came in the house, I said, babe, come over here. You have to see this. And I showed her my phone. And she goes, okay, what's the significance of that? And then when I explained it to her and I said, remember what, our daughter was saying outside with Annabelle is on a bike, Annabelle is on a bike? She goes, oh my God, yeah. And so when we both made that connection, it was like, wow, this is a pretty cool coincidence. And so, I'm glad I took a screenshot, because there are skeptics like my brother and my sister-in-law who think I'm probably making all of this stuff up. But anyways, so that was my synchronicity. If you watching at home, if you have ever experienced any synchronicities yourself, I would love to hear what they are. So go ahead and leave a comment down below. Also, if you are new to this channel, as I assume many of you are, this is only my second video that I've ever published on this channel ever. I would really appreciate it if you could, if you would consider subscribing to this channel by clicking on the red button in the corner. And that is, of course, if you took something of value from this video. I would really be appreciative of that. Thank you so much. And also, please make sure to enable notifications by clicking on the bell icon. This way, whenever I do upload future content, it'll get delivered straight to your feed. You never need to worry about missing any of my videos. Thanks again for watching. Love you all, and we'll see you next time. Bye.